Tanagers head coach Gary Culver looks at the club.
Aberdeen Roncalli, a very solid football team. They're just very fundamental in all areas. They feature a great I-back in Mark Costello. He's a great sprinter in track and has tremendous breakaway speed, and he's really a big play man for him, but he's not their only weapon, unfortunately. Offensively, they can attack in so many different ways. Great option quarterback, very fine receivers, so they have a very well-balanced offense, and they just present a great challenge for a defensive unit. Defensively, they're a unit that bends a little but doesn't break. They're very solid inside from tackle to tackle, and they have a great middle linebacker in Doug Coughlin. He's one of the finest linebackers that I've seen at the high school level in a long, long time, and a great hitter, and he's kind of the ringleader of their defensive unit, and we have a tremendous amount of respect for him. So they're very solid defensively, and you really need a great defensive unit, you know, to reach this stage of the playoffs. And as I said, they're just a very well-coached team and very fundamentally sound.
Well, the Winter Warriors won a berth of the state championship again, beating Douglas 28-6 at Douglas last week. Douglas head coach Dave Brody gives us a scouting report on the Winter Warriors.
Offensively, Winter comes out with an unbalanced line. They split two backs way out, kind of the old single wing with a fullback in the middle. They have two quick backs, and they try to get on the outside of you. Defensively, they come in with it's basically a 5-3, couple big kids in the middle that try to control the middle, and then their quick kids at linebackers try to come up and make the hits. Basically pretty much the same thing we do.
All right. Roncalli was top-rated in 11A Region 1 with a 54.500 rating, while Winter was top-rated in their region, Region 3, with a 54.125, third-rated overall in 11A. Now, Aberdeen Roncalli's first title appearance for the Cavaliers. They lost to West Central 14-9 in the first round of last year's playoffs. However, since the Cavaliers are unfamiliar with being in the championship, their coach, Terry Dyche, is not. He had Faulkton in the state championship here in 1981, the first year of the playoffs. While on the other hand, the Winter Warriors, coached by the veteran Harvey Nas, who is in his 19th year as coach of the Warriors. He previously coached at Gettysburg, Custer, and Gregory. Now, Winter lost to Canton 14-7 in last year's 11A championship. It's their third time in a title game. They won the title in 1981 in the first playoff season, beating Vermilion 31-21 in the finals. So both coaches have had previous playoff experience, and some of the players in the Winter Warriors also have had experience here in the Dome. The crowd is gathering, and looks like it's going to be an exciting ball game. Both teams 11-0. One of them will go away with one loss and have a title. The other will be a runner-up, but it's always a great accomplishment just to reach the championships. Now let's go upstairs to Gary Weckworth, who will set the stage and give you the starting lineups for tonight's 11A title contest.
All right, thank you, Jim. We're upstairs. Myself, Gary Weckworth, along with Joe Salem, will do color for this ball game. Mike Shermer's down on the field. He'll give us injury updates, meet with the coaches, and any other news that we might find out down there. Mark Ovenden is here as well. He's roving around. We'll have little feature items from him throughout the game. And, Joe, I guess they've kind of talked about it, both coaches already. Running games are something they've got to watch for. Mark Costello, the big gun for Aberdeen Roncalli, 1,555 yards this year, but obviously he doesn't get there without a strong offensive line.
Well, of course, that's true, and they've got a lot of size in their line, but Mark Costello, I think by many, is considered the best running back in the state. He's 175 pounds, he's 6 feet tall, he runs about a 4.65 40, which is flying for this part of the country anyway, but has great shiftiness, great quickness, and, you know, running for 1,555 yards and averaging 7.9 per carry, I think that speaks for itself. I think the interesting story with Aberdeen Roncalli is Tony Bach, their quarterback. He was supposed to start this year, but he was sick, as I understand it, at the start of the year.
Right.
Charles Corman came in and started at quarterback the first couple of games. They were winning. They left him in there. And then he breaks his hand here late in the season. And, of course, Tony Bach is back for a shot at quarterback. He's only thrown 5 passes this year, but he's completed 3, and, of course, one of them's been for a touchdown. But their line and their offense and their defense, the Doug Coughlin is supposed to be an outstanding linebacker, number 65, 235 pounds, and they said he really hits.
And for Winter, they're a big gun offensively is Trent Eckstein. He rushed for 928 yards on the year. And watching Winter warm up, Joe, they're just as big, if not, they compare with Aberdeen Roncalli quite well.
Well, Winter is a team that comes from out west where, you got to be a rough and tough cowboy to live in that part of the country. So after watching this team here a year ago play Canton, and Canton was supposed to beat them badly, and they hung in there and just barely lost the game 14-7. This team will be here to hit you and play you hard, and they're a good football team. They got a lot of guns, and I expect really an outstanding game between these two undefeated teams.
With Coach Terry Dosh having been here at the Dome before, it's got to be a little different, though. He knows what to feel, but his players have never been here before versus Harvey Nas, and he's had a lot of players here from last year. Does that weigh a lot at this time?
Well, I think it always weighs a lot. I don't care what level you're at. You talk about Super Bowls in pro football or Rose Bowls or whatever in college football. If you've been there before, it always means something. And whether it means enough for Winter Warriors to be able to beat Aberdeen Roncalli, we don't know. We'll find out. But they've been there before. They've tasted what it's like. They went home empty. And a lot of times when that happens, a team goes home and they come back a whole lot more determined to win it the next year. And a lot of times that has a lot to do with it.
As we alluded to earlier, Harvey Nas was here in 1981 as well on Friday the 13th. And they won that championship then, so they're split here in the championship round. Obviously, Harvey Nas wants to take home another one tonight, but Aberdeen Roncalli is going to be a tough team for them to go for. Let's go down to the field. Both teams are getting ready for the starting lineups. Let's go to some Aberdeen statistics, if we have those. This is their season and how it went for them. They started out the season. Joe, they think that was the turning point in their season right there, the first game, beating crosstown rival Aberdeen Central, something they had never done in the history of the school, and that turned it around for them.
Well, again, they beat a crosstown rival and a big opponent, and being able to do that, all of a sudden everything gets on a positive note, and importantly, all of a sudden you believe that, hey, nobody can beat us, and that's important in any phase of life. You just got to feel you're number one, and you're going to stay that way. So I'm sure it had a great deal to do with their season.
All right, let's check the winner lineup too on where their season went this year. Wagner 15-2 there. Mobridge 20-11, probably the closest games they had besides Mobridge again in the playoffs. So
they haven't had many close games. They've been pretty much runaways. And sometimes that could come back to hurt you, too, because you haven't been in that tight situation late in the game, and it being there before always helps you. But again, we'll find out.
Well, everybody's fired up here in the Dome. Roncalli wants a championship, as does Winter. You're looking at the Roncalli team dressed in green tonight.
You can tell the schools are a little bit bigger. The student body sections are filling out the stands a little bit more than they did
this
afternoon.
There's the Winter Warriors. Everybody's got a Homer hanky of some sort this year. Obviously, they don't call them that. Touchdown towels we had earlier today. I don't know what the Warriors will call theirs, but everybody's got something to wave this year. But we're getting ready for the starting lineups of both these teams tonight. Once again, tomorrow, our coverage starts at 5 o'clock with the 11B championship game between Beresford and Flandreau, followed by the 11AA contest. Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City, Stevens. The only game that will feature two unbeatens in the championship round this year. Both teams have been introduced to the crowds, and you just feel a little bit more here. We'll meet the offensive unit for Aberdeen Roncalli, which has won the toss. Our first man out of the chute tonight, number 84, Todd Imberry. He starts at an end position. Joe Schmidt starting on the offensive line, number 51 on the left tackle. Joe is a senior, 195 pounds. Number 66, Chris Bostad, will start at the left guard position. Chris is a 180-pound junior on that. At center, 65, or Doug Coughlin, number 65 in the right guard position. Doug is a senior, and that's brother Frank. Frank's only a sophomore. The right tackle, Fred Solly, number 76. 215 senior, so there's a lot of meat up front. The starting quarterback, number 11, will be Tony Bach. One of the backmen will be number 33, Corey Backus. Corey is a 165-pound junior. And also starting at running back is the man everybody's talked about all year, Mark Costello, number 31. He's got speed, and he can run over 1,500 yards. And another end on the right side, number 86, Steve Siegel. Steve is a 180-pound senior. And number 80, Dan Zier. Flanker, senior. And Terry Dosh, the head coach of Aberdeen Roncalli. Now the winter defense. First man out of the chute, number 61, Brian Bonet. He's a 170-pound senior. Following him, number 72, Mike Stickland. Mike, a 220-pound senior. Ron Bartles is number 60. Ron fired up tonight. 230-pound senior. Ron is keyed. 65 is Steve Gerard. He's 245 and a junior. Number 83, Greg Conlon. He's a 170-pound senior. Number 22 is Trent Eckstein. We talked about him. Offensively, he's their big man. He's a junior. Number 41 is Bob Schroeder, a 170-pound senior. And number 9, Mike Janik. He's a 165-pound senior. And number 44, Brian Daughters, a 142-pound junior. Number 30 will be Dwayne Bertram, a 162-pound senior. And number 7, Don Godell, 140-pound senior. And head coach Harvey Nas for the Winter Warriors. There's the officials for tonight's game. Bernie Hendricks, your referee. The umpire, Daryl Nordquist. Line judge, Dennis Micko. And the line judge is Mike Redmond. And now the Hoven High School Band, playing for the evening session, will play our national anthem. We'll be back with the kickoff for the 11A state championship in just a minute.
Cacciatore, a la King, Tetrazzini, Almondine, Kiev. Classic meals, the lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today, all made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. pork, the other white meat.
These days, a lot of long-distance companies offer volume discounts if you're good at reading the fine print. Forms, fees, access codes, restrictions. Why bother when all you have to do is dial 1 plus the number? If it's within South Dakota, you could save up to 20% on long distance, automatically, day or night. All-time volume discounts from Northwestern Bell. No forms, no fees, no fooling.
We are back live at the Dakota Dome, about ready to kick off the 11A state championship game between two unbeatens, the Winter Warriors and the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. Number 75, David Berger, will kick off for Winter. He's a junior back deep for Aberdeen Roncalli. Number 30, Steve Russell. And number 40, Jeff Glover. Both of them standing just behind the 10-yard line. So here we go, the 11A championship game. A short kick taken at the 35 and right up the middle to the 45-yard line. Excellent field position is Corey Backus.
I was watching him kick off before the game, and he was kicking from the 40-yard line into the end zone, but he did not have a lot of height and wasn't kicking it very far, but that certainly was a short kick and gave Aberdeen Roncalli great field position to start the ball game.
Once again, Tony Bach is the starting quarterback for Roncalli. He came in early on the season, about 3 games in, because of Charles Kornman, the regular quarterback, going down with a broken hand. And right away, it's Corey Backus gets the call. And Winter wanted to stop the offensive line was their key. They wanted to be able to compete on the line, and so far so good. Stop made by Bob Schroeder for Winter, and he got some help from number 83, Greg Convalin. 4-yard pickup for Backus on the play. Second down and 6 there at midfield. Here's Costello, and he's down to the 48-yard line. Be 3-4 yards short of a first down. Tackle made by number 65, Steve Jared. So Aberdeen Roncalli already in Winter territory as you watch the replay of Mark Costello, and he's the main man in the Roncalli offense. 3rd down and 4. Pitch back to Costello, and he does not get the first down. He'll be 2 yards short.
And they played that option well. The defensive corner came up and was able to take the pitch. They forced the pitch by the quarterback. The defensive corner was there to make the tackle. And, of course, they stopped this drive, and after great field position, they forced Roncalli to punt.
So back deep for the Winter Warriors will be Mike Janik, number 9, and number 44, Brian Daughters. And Janik calls for a fair catch, but then lets it go by, and it's going to take a Roncalli bounce. The official's going to mark it at the 1, but now he waves it off and says it went into the end zone. We're going to take a break. No score. We're just underway in the 11A championship.
If you were to go through your wallet or purse, and out of all those cards, you had to choose the one card you'd keep, if it were the only card you could keep, you might be one of thousands of South Dakotans who would end up choosing the only card that really counts when it's a matter of life and health. The Blue Cross and Blue Shield card.
For generations, people have known that the way to make a perfect traditional pizza is to hand-toss the dough, which is the way we make our newest pizza at Pizza Hut. Introducing new hand-tossed traditional pizza. Hand-tossed for a crispy, chewy crust that's not too thick, not too thin, and topped with a special blend of 3 cheeses. Enjoy one today for a surprisingly low price at Pizza Hut. It may be the best pizza you've had in years.
Back live at the Dome, no score, 9:55 left in the first quarter. Earlier, Trip Delmont had just won the 9A state championship game, and they pulled the old New York Giants routine on him by dumping a water bucket onto the field, and there's a wet spot down there, and Mark Owen had found that it could be a little slick in the area they're playing right now. First down for Winter, as Bob Schrader finds the tough going a couple of yards on the play.
Gary, there's one disadvantage to turf. On regular grass, if Bill Parcells had water dumped on him, it would go right down through the grass into the roots and would make the grass grow a lot longer and be a lot more healthy. Well, Steve Enterger had a bucket of water dumped on him after Trip Delmont won the title, and right here on the 35-yard line, you can look and see it's still soaking wet hours later. So if somebody slips and falls on their can, you're going to know why. Back up to you.
Thank you, Mark. I'm glad they didn't run over you.
I don't think that's feeling anything on that play.
Greg Conlon got the big play for Winter, as you saw it behind Mark Ovenden, and he was pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line as well. We'll mark it, but a big play for the Winter Warriors.
They ran a little bootleg and found the tight end coming across, and he broke one tackle, or got by one tackler, and he was down the sideline. I thought he was going to go all the way.
Don Godell, number 7, is your quarterback. Coming around the other end is Trent Eckstein. He's the big gun for the Warriors, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. Doug Coughlin was on the stop. They call Doug Coughlin Sumo. He is a place winner in the shot and discus at the state track meet last year. As you watch it again.
Just a replay of the pass.
Okay, here we go.
Got a good pressure, got the ball off. Conlon just ends up down the sideline.
Back live now, the handoff to Mike Janik. He didn't go anywhere. Doug Coughlin was in on the stop again. Doug Coughlin is averaging 12 tackles a game.
I think that's 12 hard tackles a game.
Yeah.
They don't count the ones where he just shoestrings them down.
The Winners now faced with 3rd down and 9. They're on the Roncalli 42-yard line. No score. Scotto back to pass this time for the Warriors, looking for Conlon again, and not there, so it's going to be 4th down.
Number 9, Mike Janik, was wide open right down the middle, about 30 yards deep.
So 4th and 9 down for Winter. They're on the Roncalli 42-yard line, and going back in punt formation for Roncalli is Kelly Fagerland. He is on his own 5-yard line. Godell punting for Winter, and a good punt gets a good roll. It'll go into the end zone, and Roncalli will take over on their own 20-yard line. Harvey Nas is the head coach, but that is not Harvey.
No.
Harvey's sitting down in the corner down there on his knees. So 1st down and 10 for Roncalli. They're on their own 20-yard line. Still no score, and encroachment's going to be the call on number 61, Brian Bonet. I think that's who I saw anyway. Brian just made a little jitter step into the area where he shouldn't be.
Dead ball foul. 51 on the defense, encroachment.
So 1st down and 5 for Roncalli, as they send Todd Embury, the bottom of your screen, wide left from their own 25-yard line. Here's Costello, and he's got a 1st down to the 32-yard line. 7.9-yard average for Mark Costello. Not too bad.
Well, he picked up about 7. He didn't look like he made that much yards in that play, but that's 7 yards right there.
So first down now on their own 32-yard line for the Cavaliers. Pitch back to Costello again, cuts back inside, and he gets to the 35. Ron Bartles made the stop on Costello. There's Harvey Nas talking with Brad Young. Second down and 7 for Roncalli. Mock's going to air it out, and he's got a man on the wing. That's Steve Siegel, and it's enough for a first down at the 45-yard line. There were 2 guys hanging out there, Joe, and I wonder if...
Well, that was a good pass. He hit it. I don't know who he was throwing to, but he hit him right in the hands, and Steve Siegel is the leading receiver on the Roncalli team. He's had 17 catches so far this year and 5 touchdowns.
Dan Zier was also out there, and I think either way, either one of them would have got it.
He might have been thrown to the other guy.
Yeah. So Roncalli keeps their drive alive. First down and 10. They're on their own 46-yard line. We're at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Still no score. Bach again pitching back to Costello, and just works his way across midfield. About an 8-yard pickup on that play.
And he made about 5 yards more than he should have. Good effort.
Don Goodell made the stop for Winter. Give him 7 yards on the pickup. Second down and 3. Bach again. Got Todd Emberry. Almost picked off. Brian Daughters was right there with Todd Emberry, and it was anybody's ball.
I tell you, he was open early. Had he been able to really lay the ball in front of him, it could have been an easy touchdown. But Brian Daughters got back, got his hands on the ball, and almost intercepted it. Very good play defensively with Brian Daughters.
Here's Todd Emberry again.
Got him beat deep.
Right there. Daughters had 2 chances at it. Couldn't hang on. So third down and 3 for Roncalli. Here's Bach. And he's going to be short of the first down. Stopped at the 46-yard line. It'll be about 1.5 yards short. So a big play defensively for the Warriors. Trent Eckstein and Don Goodell in on the stop. As you look at Terry Dosh and his coaching staff for Roncalli.
Punting units back into the game.
Doing the punting duties for Roncalli is Charles Kornman. He is the injured quarterback. Nice spiral punt taken at the 5 by Brian Daughters. And a good run back to the 20-yard line for Brian Daughters. So we're off and running, and it looks like another defensive struggle, much like game 1 or game 2 this afternoon.
Game 1, game 2, and now it's game 3. But again, we said the reason you get here is you got good defensive football teams, and that's what all these teams have shown so far today.
4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score. And up the pipe goes Bob Schrader, and
just got back to the line of scrimmage.
That's the play. That fullback trap up the middle is the play that's got to make this offense work. If you can get that play to work and hum a little bit, then the wide stuff and the other plays that come off of it just make your offense go a lot smoother. But that one hasn't worked so far today. Maybe it'll pick up some as we get into it.
Second down, the pitch back to Mike Janik, and he didn't go anywhere. Hello, Mr. Roncalli. Steve Siegel was in there, along with Corey Backus. So 3rd down and 11 for Winter. They're on their own 19-yard line. Watch out. A fumble. Roncalli. They appear to have it. What a break. So Roncalli on the fumble will take over. 1st and goal from the 3. Watch it again.
Steve Siegel made the hit on the quarterback.
He came off the weak side. Nobody even blocked him. He had a free shot at the quarterback. That's one of those blindsiders. You never see him coming. The quarterback, that hurts. Boy, sure gave them great field position. We'll see if they can do anything with it now.
So the first break of the game goes to Roncalli. 1st and goal from the 3. Here's Costello. He's in.
Well, they got that corner chopped down. There wasn't anybody there, and you can't give a guy that kind of speed any room to run on the outside, or he's gone, which he proved right there. Good run by Mark Costello. Good blocking by the whole line. There's a replay of it. And they have everything sealed off inside. He just runs through the corner and outruns everybody.
He's a track man. He's got some legs on him. So Charles Kornman will come in to do the extra point duty. Kick is good. And with 2:52 left in the first quarter, Roncalli takes a 7-0 lead.
You took 20 laxatives yesterday afternoon? And I said, yeah, I guess so, So it got to the point where all I'd have to do was think about, I ate that meal, I actually ate that, and I could just, go and throw up. If people don't want to see it, they won't. And I think that's what they're going to have to start realizing. This is a problem.
Gary, Steve Siegel caught a pass offensively as an offensive end. He made the big hit on the quarterback to cause the fumble to resulting in a touchdown. His dad is Stan Siegel, who is a prominent attorney in Aberdeen. He's an original member of the Dakota Dome Corporation, which is, in essence, was responsible for the construction of this Dakota Dome. And I know Stan would like to be here, but due to health reasons, he's unable to attend, but we're sure he is watching and enjoying the game, and we wish Stan good wishes and Godspeed.
I know I was here at the university at the time that building was trying to be built when we first started, when Carl Miller started it. And Stan Siegel really played an integral part of this operation. And I think everybody in South Dakota is proud of this, and thank the Lord we have it right now, because it'd be tough to have playoffs this time of year without it.
Well, the Dakota Dome Corporation, the members of that corporation, Joe, more or less put their life right on the line, didn't they?
They sure did. They put a lot of money on the line. They spoke.
Up the middle for Winter's Bob Schrader, and there was a fumble on the play, but Bob got it back as Winter took off on their possession from their own 36-yard line, and they're going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down on the 44.
So Stan, we hope you're enjoying the ball game.
Yes. Jim O'Keefe made the stop for Roncalli. Two minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 2 now for Winter. They trail Roncalli 7-0. Coming around is Mike Janik around that left side, and he's got a first down and is tripped up at midfield.
Well, again, Doug Coughlin, the middle linebacker, is out there to make the stop again. He's all over the field. He's their mainstay on their defensive, with the defensive unit.
Ball marked there right at midfield. 1st and 10 for Winter. In motion again is Janik. Coming the other way is Eckstein. And he maybe gets a yard out of it, maybe about a half a yard. Jim O'Keefe in on the stop again for Roncalli.
There's Siegel being double teamed. Rolls out of it. Here you see Coughlin come up to the inside. He was there to slow him up a little bit. He didn't make the hit, but Siegel did.
Bob Schrader again to the 47-yard line of Roncalli. And Doug Coughlin again making the stop.
Big down, 3rd down and 7. Offensively, you really don't like to be put in these positions too many times, and that's what's happened to Winter so far in the ball game. You like to come up 3rd down and 1 or 3rd and 2 if you have to get to 3rd down.
But it's 3rd down and 7. Go to the pass. He's got a guy long. Got it.
Great catch, great pass.
Trent Eckstein
going under pressure.
Dan Godell did a great job, but he hurt himself down there. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He got hit.
Oh, he's limping. He's up and at him. He's all right.
He was really under pressure from a good rush by the Cavaliers, but he got it away, and he threw it out about 40, 45 yards, I think, Joe.
Trent Eckstein just made a great catch, but he laid it right out in front of him where he could catch it.
There you see Trent Eckstein.
Didn't even have to break stride.
Nope. They'll mark the ball at the 4-yard line. Will be 1st and goal. 28 seconds left in the first quarter, and Roncalli leading at 7-0. Godell got hurt on the play, and he's staying in. You can see him limp up to the line of scrimmage, and he does not want to leave.
They're going to go for 2. No way.
So he stopped on 1st down as the clock winds down, and more than likely will end the first quarter, and we'll go back the other way. Loss of 2 on the play, and they'll be 1st and 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. Roncalli leads Winter 7-0.
Plan on shopping or visiting Sioux Falls this holiday season? Stay in comfort at Howard Johnson Hotel and Convention Center. Howard Johnson offers convenient access to the malls and the airport. You can relax in a spacious room or take in one of many indoor activities at Howard Johnson. And as a special treat, save 25% with a special coupon available at any Jack and Jill food store. Howard Johnson Hotel, the comfortable name and lodging. Make your reservations now. Call 336-9000.
Michael? Mr. Jackson?
Looking for me?
Winter had a bit of a loss on that last play. Now they have 2nd down and 5 to go. The ball on the 5-yard line. Goal to go.
Goodell stays in the ball game after being shaken up a couple plays later. But here's Trent Eckstein coming around, the guy who set up the long play, and he does not get in. He's back to the 3-yard line. And now faced with 3rd down. And Dan Zier.
Number 63, Dwight Colby, bringing in the play from Coach Harvey Nas. Try to push it in and effort to tie up this ball game.
3rd down and 3 for Winter. The pitch back. Janek's in. Got in. He beat the corner.
Well, I didn't think he was going to make it there, but he made a great effort and lunged into the end zone. That's what you call smell on the goal line. You got to get over that thing no matter what. He did a great job of it.
Just got inside the pylon, Joe. Mike Janek.
A little tough seeing the pylon from where we're at.
Yeah, but he had to. He was over there near the sideline. It had to be just inside. Don Godell's going to try the extra point.
Partially blocked, but it makes it through the uprights, and we are tied at 7-all. We'll be back in a minute.
I'd really like to have one.
I could use it too.
On Christmas Day, can I please have one?
It would make a perfect Christmas present.
Yes, and she could use it in her studies.
The Apple IIc computer. Free with a qualifying deposit at Metropolitan Federal.
used by more schools than any other computer in the U.S.
Let's get it.
The tempting Apple you can't resist. The Apple IIc computer from Metropolitan Federal Bank.
Well, I think everybody expected a Donnybrook in this one, Joe, and they're going at each other really good here.
Well, it's two good football teams playing each other, and it's going to be a wild one down the finish, it looks like.
On the kickoff from the 19-yard line is number 40, Jeff Glover, and he's to the 35-yard line where Roncalli will take over.
Replay of the touchdown. You see Dan Goodell fake inside, keep the ball, comes out, he gets hung up. He's got the ball in his hip coming out. They're trying to hide it. Gets pressure, pitches it. Janik gets around the corner.
It's a foot race right there.
He really did a good job getting it in the end zone.
From the 35 is Mark Costello for Roncalli. Cuts back inside, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he'll pick up a yard on the play. He was met by a host of people from Winter, led by number 41, Bob Schrader. So second down for Roncalli. That's why here's an end zone look at it. See if we can see him getting in here. Yeah.
Just made.
Just made it.
All it counts.
Great camera work, guys.
Inches as good as a mile.
3 different shots of that.
Second down and 10. Corey Backus, he got 5 yards on the play.
Greg Convalin really made a fine stop on there. It looked like he was going to break it, but he was able to get a hold of him and pull him down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. Third down and 6 for Roncalli. Bach going outside. Steve Siegel could not hang on. It was there.
Looked like they're trying to run one guy deep and one guy a little shallow and try to make the defender pick one and throw the other, but the receivers getting awful close together, and one guy can basically cover both of them.
So Roncalli's series is stopped, and it's 4th down and 6, and they will punt it away. Charles Kornman in again to punt for Roncalli, back deep. For Winter, number 9, Mike Janik, and number 44,
Brian Dodders.
Brian Dodders.
He'll field the punt.
Dodders from his 26. And he scoots down the sideline and gets to the 46-yard line.
Good run back.
Where Winter will take over. We're still tied at 7-all.
The way some people tell it, no hybrid has everything. So you have to settle for one that comes close. But that's not true now. New Garst 8708 yields with 3475 and 3737. And it stands and holds its ears. So before you settle for something that's not quite there, plant Garst 8708. Because you know as well as I do, close isn't good enough.
There's a lot of excitement in the oil industry these days. And it's the kind of excitement that makes electric heat the best choice this winter, because electricity is American energy, unaffected by events in distant parts of the world. So ask your rural electric about electric heat today.
The ball is spotted on the Winter 46-yard line where the Warriors take over 1st and 10. 9.5 to play in the first half, and we have a tie ball game at 7 in this 11A championship. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Goodell going to air it out on 1st down, and he's going down the sidelines for Mike Janik, but this little overthrown.
Just threw that one away.
Got some changes tonight in our programming, obviously. Top of the Pops will be aired at 10:30 following the big news, and then tonight's Dallas program comes at 11:30, followed by Night Stalker, Tales from the Dark Side. Tomorrow night, Falcon Crest will be on at 11:30. So you Dallas and Falcon Crest fans, be aware of that. On 2nd down and 10, Mike Janik trying to get outside, and he gets to midfield to pick up a 4 yards on the play. And you heard the grunting and groaning down below.
And again, Steve Siegel over here making the play. He's had a good defensive game so far tonight.
Siegel's a 180-pound senior.
Well, look at the first quarter statistics. Generally, winner, not many rushing yards. Passing, they've been able to hit a couple of long passes to even that up. They got more yardage, and the score is tied. It's a pretty even game, as the stats show.
On 3rd down and 6, Goodell again trying to pass it out. He gets it out in the flat to Janik, and he's got a first down. He's going to step out of bounds, and it's going to be short of a first down, depending on the mark here. But the official called him out. Very close to a first down.
Number 80, Dan Zier, missed the tackle over there at about the midfield stripe.
Have to measure.
We got to measure it now.
Oh, Harvey now is gonna have a decision to make here, but short.
Yep, they're going to be short.
A couple of inches.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Watch him again. See if we can see him where he goes out of bounds. Is Mike Janik. And watch his left foot right there. It's where the official saw him on the line. So it'll be 4th down, and you saw how far they had to go. Maybe about 6 inches. Maybe 8.
So short and yet so far.
Well, that's one of those things. He was so close to almost breaking the thing for a touchdown. He stepped out of bounds just by a fraction. But Sammy Sidelines never missed a tackle yet.
They're going to go for it.
So here we go. 4th and inches.
1.
Winter fans are on their feet.
No. Nope. Bob Schrader could not get anywhere as Roncalli was right on it. They knew it was coming that way.
Number 76, Fred Solly, made the charge on that tackle.
Well, you know, a 4th and the inch, and as in the stands, you always say, go for it, go for it. And all of a sudden, this could be a problem right now. You give great field position to a fine offensive team from Roncalli.
Fred Solly's Roncalli's heavyweight wrestler. He's in the state meet last year, and he's also an all-state chorus member. He can do it all.
Ball at the Cavaliers' 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
So big break for Roncalli, big break, and Corey Backus gets the call, and he's across midfield.
6-yard pickup on the play. The Winter players shaken up.
Injury timeout on the field. It appears to be Greg Convalin, number 83.
Looks like a knee injury.
The Roncalli offensive line, we told you earlier, has brothers on it, Frank and Doug Coughlin. As we watch the play again and see if we can find 83. There he is right at the bottom of your screen. 51 landed on Joe Schmitz.
Landed on his left leg.
Yeah.
Looks like he might have hyperextended it a little.
But back to Roncalli's line, the Coughlin brothers, one's a sophomore, one's a senior, add to that. And we'll have Mike Shermer check on that, find out just how bad Convalin is, if he'll be able to come back.
Well, he's putting some weight on it. That's always an encouraging sign anyway, Joe, huh?
That's how heavy he is.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 4, a 6-yard pickup for Corey Backus. And Roncalli is on the winner, 49-yard line. The game is tied at 7-all, 8 minutes to go in the first half. This for the 11A state championship game. Flag on the play. They come around the other way, and there's no go for Dan Zier.
Referee threw the flag. Backfield in motion against Aberdeen Roncalli.
It's one of those plays I would guess they'll... This again is a hard one on Coach, but I would guess they'll take the down, make it 3rd down and 5.
No, they're going to
take the penalty.
Walk it off. 2nd down and 8.
On the offense, moving forward at the snap, still 2nd down.
So the ball moved back to the Roncalli 46-yard line. They'll mark it about 9 yards short of a 1st down now. Costello in motion. He gets a pitch back and is up the middle. He is slowed down by Brian Bonet, number 61, but eventually brought down by number 22, Trent Eckstein. So 3rd down and 6 for Roncalli.
From their own 49-yard line.
Costello's got one of those big mouthpieces that pros wear, like the standard high school. Yeah. 3rd down and 6. Bach to air it out. Couple of guys there. Anybody's ball, and nobody had it.
There's a situation, Joe, you were talking about a moment ago where two would-be receivers were right together, and one tipped it away from the other one.
Well, yeah, I don't see what they're trying to accomplish by that route. I'm not sure one's curling, supposed to come inside and try to get further inside, but the two of them are getting right in the same spot, and it's easy for one defender to be right in that area to defend both of them.
The equipment timeout on the field. 4th down and 6 for Roncalli. Charles Kornman is in, and they'll go back in punt formation. Game tied at 7-all, 6.5 to go in the 1st half.
And Kornman has that cast on his hand from the broken bone he has in his throwing hand. He's been the quarterback most of the year for Roncalli.
Snap was a little off, but Kornman handles it well. Yannick gets it on his 20-yard line, gets out to the 26 where he's...
That winter team does a good job. They step up and catch those punts, and they're getting low punts, so those are good returnable punts, and they're catching and getting some extra yards out of them. But they're doing a good job back there.
Dan Zier made the stop for Roncalli. Winter takes over on their own 27-yard line. Eckstein, the pitch outside, cuts back in, and he's to the 30. Make it the 31. As Dan Zier again made the stop for Roncalli. Another defensive struggle between two unbeaten teams. The only matchup of all 5 classes this year that it features 11-0 teams. 2nd down and 6. Eckstein in motion again. They come the other way to Mike Yannick, and he's to the 34-yard line. He'll be 2 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, again, they try to run the sweep and try to get people to go with that flow and then hit that counterback coming back over the ball on a trap. But they've run it a couple times tonight and it hasn't been real successful.
Doug Coughlin made the stop for Roncalli. As you see, the offensive unit, the Winter Warriors, and Don Goodell, the quarterback, number 7. 3rd down and 3. Pitch back to Yannick. He cuts outside. He's got the first down to the 40-yard line.
Trent Eckstein had an excellent block. He's the one that got the block that freed Mike Janik so he could get that first down that time. Good block by him.
Todd Embury, number 84, came up and made the stop on Yannick. But it's a first down, and Winter's drive stays alive. As you watch the pitch again, and
that's the block right there. That freed Janik so he could make the first. Good effort, good gain.
Eckstein again, and he's across the 45 to the 46. Second down and 3, a 7-yard pickup on that first down play. The clock now at 4 minutes. And going nowhere that time was number 31, Corey Hossel.
Doug Coughlin again stepped in and made the play on it.
So third down and 4 now for Winter again. From their own 46-yard line, Yannick in motion, coming around the other way as Eckstein.
There's the counter. That's the way it's supposed to look right there.
And a first down.
Just the flow run and come in behind it. Had a little quickness to it, and he came up the middle, had a good trap block, and made a good gain on it. See the guard pull. He kicks out right there, and the back runs up right behind it. Up inside, found the hole, made a good gain.
So Winter now in Roncalli territory. First down and 10 from the Roncalli 46, and Godell has some problems. And he gets a good gain out of it, about 5 yards to the 41.
Well, he made a good play on what could have been a disaster for him. He got some good pressure, was able to pull the ball down and come up and make the 5 yards.
Was spotted at the 42, which makes it second down and 6. Winter's had good ball control here.
Down to 2.5 left in the first half. Yannick got the call, and he's down to the 38, but he's going to be 2 yards, maybe 3 yards short of the first down.
Well, the thing Winter's also fighting here is the clock. You're down to about your 2 minutes, 10 seconds, so you got to move the ball 40 yards in a short time. So we'll see what they do here on the third down. They want to try to get their first right here.
Brings up a third down on a long 3 situation.
There's Eckstein again, and he's got the first down.
There again, that little trap off the counter. They're using that on third down to make it the play for him. Here's the left guard. Watch the left guard. 61 pulls. Kicks out right there, and you just come up inside that block.
So the drive is alive. They're on the Roncalli 35-yard line. They've got a minute and a half to get something on the board and try to take the lead into the locker room at halftime. Eckstein going to go up for it.
Halfback pass.
And it's there. The pass complete to number 81, Mike Cruz. He's a junior.
Mike Cruz made a great job. He came back to the ball. A lot of times that happens on long passes. As you're running down the field, the ball is underthrown. The pass receiver will come back to it, but the defenders are so busy running deep, they can't get back to make the play. See, he's got him covered deep. They're all deep there with him. All of a sudden, it's underthrown. Watch him stop now. He's got to come back to it, and the defenders can't react to it.
They had double coverage on him.
So Winter gets a big play to try to set up a scoring opportunity here. And some flags have gone. Roncalli takes a timeout.
Well, that's unusual. I didn't think they'd take a timeout at this point in time, and they must be trying to get regrouped right now.
We'll do the same. Minute 16 to go in the half. Tied at 7.
Ah, the delight delightful new meals people are serving today. Creative, nutritious, convenient, light. It's not surprising that all these meals are made with white meat. What is surprising is that the white meat here is pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Maybe someday you'll be in an office where everything is as reliable as a Centron communication system. Your staff,
Oh, we'd love to stay late and finish that 300-page report.
your delivery system,
You'll get it yesterday.
even your coffee will be reliable. But until then, a Centron communication system is about as close to perfection as you're going to get. On this earth, Centron, America's most relied-on business communication system.
Bob Schroeder on the trap up the middle. Touchdown for Winter. We just went away for a minute. Bob Schroeder. We'll see if we can get the replay up for you right away to show you how Bob Schroeder scores.
11-yard touchdown run.
Here it is, just a trap up the middle. Here comes the pulling guard. Bob Schroeder makes the cut. Defender falls down. He's in the end zone with 1:11 to go. Winter takes the lead.
Don Godel in to do the extra point kicking now. 13-7. Winter's got the lead. 1:11 to go on the half, and it's good. 14-7 Winter. Their first lead of the game. So Harvey Nas has got a lead in the finals. Sitting in good shape with 1:11 to go in the half. And Roncalli's got that much time to tie it up.
Flat kick.
Yeah. Taken at the 32-yard line by Matt Tobin, number 44. And Roncalli will take over from their own 36-yard line. The clock now at 1:05 and running. See if Roncalli pulls something to air it out. Knocked away by number 80. Excuse me, number 60, Ron Bartles. Number 80 also in there, Brian Tobin. We're going to take a timeout. 50 seconds to go in the half. 14-7 Winter.
If you had all the experience of yesterday, with all the skill and innovation of today, you couldn't lose. For generations, people have known that the way to make a perfect traditional pizza is to hand-toss the dough, which is the way we make our newest pizza at Pizza Hut. Introducing new hand-tossed traditional pizza. Hand-tossed for a crispy, chewy crust that's not too thick, not too thin, and topped with a special blend of 3 cheeses. Enjoy one today for a surprisingly low price at Pizza Hut. It may be the best pizza you've had in years.
Back live at the Dome, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Aberdeen Roncalli with the ball from their own 36-yard line. They trail 14-7. Mark Costello trying to get outside it. He doesn't have anything.
Mark was unable to get out of bounds, so the clock is running right now. It's down to 29 seconds. 3rd down and 8.
This should be the last play of the half. 10 seconds and counting. A pitch back to Costello. Heavy pursuit, and that'll do it. Winter holds as the first half comes to an end. And the Winter Warriors go into the locker room with a 14-7 lead for the 11A state title.
You've got to stop. You're going to kill yourself. You've got to stop. And I just kept looking at her saying, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just going to lose the weight, and then I'll stop. Thoughts of, is my daughter going to be like this for the rest of her life, were going through her head. I went through all that. I don't want anyone else to go through that. Even if you can't talk to your parents, find a friend. Find somebody. Somebody's going to know what to do.
Okay, Harvey Nas, head coach at Winter. It was a great first half of football, just super, but I don't know how much you were able to watch. You were too busy working.
Yes, it was an exciting first half of football, and it's going to be just as exciting the second half. They're a very good football team. Their line blocks well. They're very explosive. They're hard. Their defense is tough, although we did move the ball some there in the second quarter. And if you give our offense enough time, we're going to be able to eventually get the ball down the field. But, hey, it's going to be 24 minutes of tough football.
I'm real curious, and I'm sure a lot of our fans are. What do you tell an unbeaten football team that's a touchdown ahead of another unbeaten football team? What do you say at halftime?
The same thing we told them before the game started. We have a lot of support back home, out west, up north, down south. But we are playing this game tonight for our athletes, and that's it.
Well, it's a good one. Have a good second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Harv.
All right, thanks, Mike. 14-7 Winter leads Roncalli. As you see the members of the Hovind Marching Band getting ready, we'll be going to them and showing a little bit of their halftime show for you in just a minute. And if we can quickly, let's check out some of the first half highlights if we have those ready to go and show you just what happened early on in the ball game. With Winter taking the lead into the locker room. All right. We'll hit the highlights in just a few minutes. But Joe, Harvey Nas said at the beginning of the game the offensive line was something he wanted to control. Do you feel he's done that so far?
Well, he did here later on in the second quarter. He had a very difficult time the first part of the ball game, and this game is a long way from being over. They got a touchdown lead, but Roncalli's got a very explosive offense with Mark Costello. He can, of course, score from any place. The one thing they have not been able to do, Roncalli that is, effectively, they have not been able to throw the football effectively, and Winter's got a little bit more out of their passing game, and that's probably why they're ahead at this point in time.
While we wait for the highlights to get rolling, why don't we check in with the Hovind High School Marching Band, who is performing at halftime of tonight's game.
fine marching band of Hovind High School under the direction of Mike Coyne.
While the Hovind band gets into their next number, let's go back and look at the first half highlights. With Winter leading at 14-7. Started out, Winter's Don Godel. Hit from behind Steve Siegel, and the fumble recovery for Roncalli at the 3-yard line. And that was the first big break of the game for the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. Mark Costello, then the main man, gets it on the sweep. He goes in and scores, and it was 7-0 at that point with the extra point. Trent Eckstein, then a 44-yard pass from Godel down to the Aberdeen Roncalli 3-yard line. And then on 3rd and goal, Winter's Mike Yannick in the second quarter uses the ref as a screen and gets a little help inside there. And he beats the end zone, tying the ball game up with the extra point at 7-7. Winter stopped on 4th and inches at the 40 right there. And it got the Roncalli Cavaliers fired up again. But this time Winter gets the ball back on the halfback option. Eckstein airs it out to Mike Pruce, and he gets inside there down to the 10-yard line. And that set up the go-ahead touchdown. Bob Schrader scores right there, number 41, beats the outside of the end zone to make it 14-7, and that's where we are at the half.
Winter has 8 first downs to 2 for Aberdeen. The rushing yardage, very even. The passing yardage, the big difference in the game at this point in time, 113 yards to 11. Total yards, 162 to 54, but again, that's all in the pass. Penalties, both of them, only 1 penalty on each team, which is good. Winter had the 1 turnover, which actually cost them the 1 touchdown scored by Roncalli. At times, Winter's had the ball a little bit longer. Winter started to come on midway through the second quarter and pretty much has taken control of the game at that time. Whether they keep it going the second half, we'll have to wait and see.
We talked, Joe, throughout the course of the first half, the offensive line and defensive line of both teams are very good. And one of the reasons for Aberdeen Roncalli, as we talked about it, Frank and Doug Coughlin are brothers. One's a senior, one's a junior. And Mark Ovenden got a hold of Frank and Doug's dad to talk about which son he watches during the course of a ball game.
4-3-2-1. Okay, Jim and Benita Coughlin have vested interest in this game. First of all, Jim, you got 2 sons playing on the line. Which one do you watch?
Well, it's kind of tough to watch both of them, so I guess you pick one play and you pick the other play.
Okay, now more importantly, you had an older son who was a good football player. 2 sons now. They're both pretty large guys. I want to know, Benita, what do you feed these guys at home?
Lots.
What's their favorite pregame meal?
They don't eat. They don't eat before they play. Not always. Maybe a quick hamburger somewhere, but they don't.
Then how many meals do they eat the other days?
1 constant meal.
Okay. Good luck to your team.
That's usually the case with the big boys.
Individually, Yannick for Winter has 8 carries for 23 yards. Eckstein 7 for 27 yards. Winter has had, as a team, 24 carries and a total of 49 yards. For Aberdeen Roncalli, Costello leads with 9 carries for 28 yards. Backus 3 carries for 14. The Cavaliers have 13 carries as a team for 43 yards. So 13 carries for 43 yards for Aberdeen, 24 carries for 49 yards for Winter.
Well, it just tells you that the 2 defenses are very tough. They're very tough against the run. They're getting good support from the secondary. And like we said, we went through the statistics. The passing game at this point in time has been the difference.
under the direction of Mike Coyne. I'd like to get a camera on this if we can when Ralph Wilkinson comes out. They're standing right over there under their Kellerland Sports sign. Nice presentation, very enjoyable, and hope you enjoyed it at home. With the Holman High School band, quite a large band for the size of Holman High School, under the direction of Mike Coyne. And now coming out to midfield, Ralph Wilkinson, the Assistant Executive Secretary of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, will present to Mike Coyne, the director of the Holman High School band, a plaque to commemorate their being the band of the day here for this evening session. At each occasion of a State High School Activities Association event, an award is given to the band of the day.
You know, one of the interesting things about this Holman band is that one of their members is in a wheelchair, and he plays the trombone, and they have a member of the band just push him around. But it's interesting to know that he's all part of these formations, and it was interesting watching this as it went on here at halftime.
We are at halftime at the Dakota Dome for the 11A championship of the 7th annual South Dakota State High School football playoffs, with winner leading Roncalli of Aberdeen 14-7 for the 11A title. And now let's take this time out for a news break.
Good evening, this is Kellerland News Break. Williams Brothers Pipeline has been ordered to check its pipe, that following a 1986 pipeline explosion which killed 2 people and injured a 3rd in Mounds View, Minnesota. Williams officials say they had planned the test anyway. And coming up tonight after the game, Marla Newman concludes her series on childhood cancer with a report on hopes for the future. Now this for Terry Schulte Chevrolet.
At Terry Schulte Chevrolet, we made a special purchase of Spectrums. Prices low as $64.56 or $29.75 per week. We'll see you here tomorrow at Terry Schulte Chevrolet Jeep Subaru.
We'll have more news after the game. Now back to the Dome and Mark, Gary, Jim, and Joe.
All right, thank you very much, Jane Andrews. Back at the Dakota Dome at the University of South Dakota in Vermilion, we are at halftime, where the Winter Warriors, trying for a second 11AA championship, is leading Aberdeen Roncalli by a score of 14-7. There will be a welcome home celebration to honor the Roncalli Cavaliers Sunday at 4 p.m. at the high school. At Sunday at 4 p.m. at the high school in Aberdeen. A welcome home celebration to honor the Aberdeen Roncalli team, who have had a most successful 1987 season. We might point out that the 1987 South Dakota Football Championships will be available to the fans on VHS. To order a VHS tape, indicate which game or games you want, and send $19.95 in check or money order for each game, plus $2 postage and handling, to Football Championships, Box 1111, Sioux Falls, South Dakota 57101. Or you may stop by your local Pop and Go video store, where they will be available in a very short time after the football playoffs are concluded tomorrow night. Probably sometime next week. In case you missed it earlier today, in the opening session, Ramona Rutland raced past Cologne 35-8 to climax a 12-0 unbeaten season for the Class 9B championship. And in the second game this afternoon, Trip Delmont also concluded an unbeaten campaign with a 12-0 record, defeating Burke 22-0. Trip Delmont was runner-up in 9A last year and finally captured a 9A title after winning 3 consecutive 9B championships as Trip before the consolidation with Delmont. Tomorrow, in the final session of the State High School Football Playoffs in Class 11B, Flandreau, with an unblemished record of 11-0, will take on Beersford 9-2 at 5 o'clock, followed by the Class 11A championship game between Sioux Falls Washington High, coming in at 6-5, to meet the Rapid City Stevens Raiders 8-3. That game will about 7:30 or 7:45 tomorrow night. Here we are at halftime of the Class 11A championship game, with Roncalli trailing winner by a score of 14-7. We're just moments away from the kickoff, and both teams should be appearing back on the playing field. Tomorrow afternoon at noon here on the Dakota Dome artificial turf, the University of South Dakota Coyotes will wrap up their 1987 season with a North Central Conference clash against Northern Colorado. So football action galore, and a busy place here at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion, the football capital of South Dakota at this point of the season. The Winter Warriors come back onto the playing field as they lead 14-7. You need another commercial, Scotty? Okay. And here come the Cavaliers of Aberdeen, Roncalli. Well, Joe, for the most part, it's been a pretty good defensive game. Winters broken through for a couple of touchdowns. Aberdeen Roncalli's offense will try to get on track to even the score here, I'm sure. Trailing by one touchdown, and I'm sure that's not going to be enough to win this ball game.
Well, you know, two of the most important parts of any football game are the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half. So Winter dominated that game coming out to those last 5 minutes, and we'll see what happens as far as the second half goes.
All right, let's go down to the field. Mike Shermer's got Roncalli coach Terry Dodge.
Well, Terry, you're in a position you haven't been in all year, and maybe once. I know you haven't been behind at halftime. What do you tell your kids?
Well, we just kind of talk about getting control of the line of scrimmage back. Right now, you know, we've kind of let a couple of mistakes that we made, I think, get us down a little bit. And right now, you know, Winter's a little bit more fired up at the end of the half than we were. And they were controlling the line of scrimmage, which is, you know, something we can't let people do and expect to be successful. And you know, that's kind of what we talked about, is have a little pride and come back, take control of the line of scrimmage and get some things done, and not, you know, say, well, you know, I guess they were too good for us, you know. So we just talked about sucking it up and coming back.
You know, I mentioned this to Harvey Nas. This is a great football game, but you guys are both working. When you get home Sunday and roll that VCR, you're going to see a heck of a football game.
Well, you know, I guess when we came down, we anticipated that it would be a very good football game. You know, you don't, two teams don't get to be 11-0 and kind of dominate their schedule throughout the year by being weak sisters. And, you know, it's everything we expected. We think, you know, we hit hard and they hit hard, and now it's a matter of executing and getting things done.
Have a good second half. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're just about ready to go here. Both teams doing their second half stretching again. Tomorrow, again, our coverage begins at 5 o'clock with the Class 11B State Championship game. Flandria Beersford, followed by Washington and Stevens for the 11AA title game. Those of you that were hoping to tune in and see Dallas and Falcon Crest tonight, Dallas will be shown on your Kelloland stations tonight at 11:30. Falcon Crest will be shown tomorrow night on 11:30. And Beauty and the Beast fans that were hoping to see that tonight, which is scheduled at 7, that'll be shown Sunday at 11:45 on your Kelloland stations. Well, everybody's taking their seat, getting ready for what a lot of people are expecting to be a wild second half. Joe, this time of the year in a championship game, you don't, obviously you do the things that got you here, but in a situation like this, you know, take a few chances. Can you afford to?
Oh, I don't think it's time to take any chances for anybody. It's still a tight ball game, and, you know, one fumble by Winter could put Roncalli in great position, or vice versa, could turn around the other way. So it's not something you're going to jump off the bridge over. You've been a steady football team all year. You're undefeated, and you're going to just stay with the things you've been doing and try to make them work. If the other team is just better than you, then, you know, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I do think that Roncalli's got to get something out of its passing game to help their attack, though.
There you see Harvey Nas setting in for another half of football. And he's got his Winter Club on top 14-7 as we are about to ready to get rolling in the third quarter. Getting ready to set kickoff for Roncalli is Steve Siegel. And the kickoff, the fake, goes to Brian Daughters. He hangs onto it, and he's tripped up at the 20-yard line, and that's where Winter will take over 1st and 10.
They had a pretty good wall set up there. Tom Mathis from Winter missed his block. Other than that, they could have had a big play going for it. Well, we'll see if they can keep the momentum going from where they left off here at the end of the first half.
The prime offensive weapons for the Winter offense: Don Godel, the quarterback, Brian Schrader, Trent Eckstein, and Mike Yannick, the defensive backs. Coming around the other side is Eckstein this time. He's got some room outside, but number 76, Fred Solly, grabs the jersey after he picks up 5 yards and brought him down.
So he could have used a tearaway jersey that time.
That's right.
A lot of times you see linemen try to get away from another lineman. Of course, they start holding you. That jersey comes way back on you.
A 3-yard pickup for Eckstein, and it's 2nd down and 7. Winter from their own 24-yard line. Coming the other way is Yannick. And Yannick is tripped up for a loss on the play.
Steve Siegel again.
Steve Siegel, yes.
He's had a fine defensive ball game to date. He's made a lot of tackles and a lot of big plays for him.
It's now back to the original line of scrimmage for the Warriors from their own 21-yard line. Godel got a good block to save some time, heads out front, and the intended receiver was Greg Convalin, and he got popped pretty good, couldn't hang on to it, and Godel got popped too. Let's check in on the field, and Mike Shermer.
Yeah, Joe, you mentioned, interestingly, that you think Roncalli has to get some sort of passing game going. Winter's last defensive series of the first half, their defensive lineman came off the field saying, hey, they can't run against us, guys. So at least Winter thinks that Roncalli can't run. We might see a more wide open second half.
On 4th down, a high spiral punt taken at the 38-yard line and brought out to midfield is Kelly Fagerland.
Well, the Roncalli defense did what they had to do.
We'll take a timeout. 10:23 left in the third quarter. Winter leads at 14-7.
Plan on shopping or visiting Sioux Falls this holiday season? Stay in comfort at Howard Johnson Hotel and Convention Center. Howard Johnson offers convenient access to the malls and the airport. You can relax in a spacious room or take in one of many indoor activities at Howard Johnson. And as a special treat, save 25% with a special coupon available at any Jack and Jill food store. Howard Johnson Hotel, the comfortable name and lodging. Make your reservations now. Call 336-9000.
Back at the Dome, Aberdeen Roncalli trailing 14-7, and the Roncalli fans are on their feet trying to get the home team, as they're concerned, rolling on offense, and they're starting 1st and 10 from midfield, and a fumble on the play. Winter's got it.
Big turnover. We were just saying the Roncalli defense had done a great job.
Trent Eckstein comes up with the fumble recovery, and the momentum turns around just like that.
They forced the punt, and it was now up to the offense, and they fumbled the first play from the center, and Winter's got the ball back.
Just didn't handle the snap. You'll see here. There it goes. Rolls right across the line of scrimmage and recovered by Winter.
Came out of box hands. Chris Bostad got caught up and it kicked off his foot. So on 1st down now for Winter up the middle. And a great run.
That was good execution there. He really...
Well, that's just that inside trap play. That's the lead trap of their offense. The one that, like we talked about earlier, is the one that's got to make it go. That's also the same play they scored on down here, the second touchdown going towards the end of the first half. See the left guard pulls, gets the trap block. Good block on the linebacker, and he's in the secondary. So if they
Bob
keep that
Schrader.
play going, their whole offense will click.
Winner down to the Roncalli 39-yard line. Here's Eckstein, and he's met right away. Weren't fooled on that play. Dan Zier, number 80. There for the Cavaliers. But Eckstein got a yard on the play. Second down and 9. And here's Schrader again. And he pounds his way to first down territory to the 25, 26-yard line.
Again, that's that little trap up the middle.
He showed pretty good running strength there for 5'11", 170.
Good trap block. The left guard, Brian Bonet.
Ball marked on the 29-yard line. Here's Yannick. And Steve Siegel was right there to bring Yannick down. No gain on the play. Siegel got help from number 34, Terry Weber. So second down and 10 now from the Roncalli 26. Yannick again, they fake the handoff and another fumble. Eckstein recovers it. And no gain again on the play, so now third down.
Yeah, Harvey Nas is running plays in with his guards. Coming into the game to play left guard is Dwight Covey, 5'8", 135-pound junior. And he's playing over Jim O'Keefe from a 210-pound senior tackle. So we'll watch him here at the left guard position. Good pass.
Greg Convalin, and he's down to the 15-yard line.
Don Goodell on the money with his throw.
And it's going to be a first down, yes. As you watch Convalin grab it in again and goes out of bounds at the 16.
Again, they're getting good mileage out of that passing attack, and it's helped their whole attack for this ball game so far. There's the trap.
It's Schrader.
Touchdown. Get in there.
No. Denied at the 2.
Number 61, Brian Bonet is coming across and putting on some great trap blocks inside, and that's what's breaking it open. You'll see it here on the replay if they have it. And that's a quick hit and play, and it's one that just makes the whole thing hum.
So it's now goal to go, though, for the Winter Warriors from the 2-yard line. And they already lead it 14-7. Here's Eckstein. He's in. So far, so good for Harvey Nas' Friday the 13th.
Well, actually, they've been able to use up about 5 minutes of this quarter with them carrying the ball all the time. Roncalli had a chance here at midfield, but they fumbled the first snap, and so they really haven't had any running plays or had any plays at this point in time in the second half. It's put Winter in a controlling situation right now.
Godel in to do the extra point kicking. And he's got it again, so 21-7. Winner leading Roncalli, 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Maybe coming into play now, Joe, is the fact that Winter's been here before.
Well, we said that at the top of the show that a lot of times being here before certainly means something. Maybe we're seeing that. We don't. You never know, of course.
Here's a touchdown run again. As Trent Eckstein just puts the shoulder down and makes the defender feel him like he should. If you're going to hit me, I'm going to hit you too. Roncalli on the kickoff will take over on their own 26-yard line. As coming out the bottom of the heap is Jeff Glover. Mark it at the 27. So first down and 10 for Roncalli, who trails by 2 touchdowns. Corey Backus to the 35. He'll be 2 yards short of the first. Trent Eckstein playing at both ends of the field, making the stop. Both sides of the ball.
Well, that was a good first down play. Get you in a 2nd situation, and could actually come out here and throw the ball one time to help yourself a little bit at this time.
2nd down and 2. Here's Costello. We haven't heard much from him today. Dwayne Bertram on the stop of Mark Costello.
First down.
They seem to contain Costello quite well. Do you think it's just handling the line? They're just keying on him, or?
I don't think they're keying on him. I believe they're just they're getting good play from their backers, from their corners, and their secondary people. You know, the whole defensive unit Winter's playing well, and they really haven't given him a chance or given him any room to really get out and show what he can do.
There's Backett, and they're just pounding out the 4 or 5 yards at a time.
They got good pursuit to the ball, and any yards, they're making a few here, a few there, but they haven't been able to really open that thing up where all of a sudden you're going to get that easy touchdown. And they could use a play like that now to get this thing going.
Joe, Winter is a big football team. They got a big offensive and defensive line, and I think they're, for the most part, they're just out-muscling Aberdeen, both offensively and defensively.
Well, they're standing toe-to-toe for him. You're not seeing the Roncalli line move them off the ball much.
2nd down and 6 now for Roncalli on their own 42-yard line. Here's Costello, flag on the play, and Mark gets to the 46-yard line, but we've got a flag.
Referee threw the flag in the backfield, apparently against Roncalli. Backfield in motion.
So momentum definitely on Winter's side right now, getting the break.
Number 33 on the offense is moving forward at the snap. Still 2nd down.
Fullback, number 33, the fullback, Corey Backus, started early.
He just went out of the ball.
He didn't start
game.
much early.
So 2nd down and 11 for Roncalli. They're on their own 37-yard line. We're at the 5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, and Bach's going to try the air.
Got him there.
Just out of the reach of Dan Zier.
Backus was replaced before that down by Terry Weber, number 34 in the backfield for Roncalli. This brings up a big 3rd down and 11 for the Cavaliers at their own 37-yard line.
Kelly Fagerland's in the game right now. He's their punt returner, sophomore, number 23, playing in the slot position out there.
Look out.
Set the screen to Costello, and Eckstein is right on him.
Good tackle by Eckstein.
Took too long to develop. The Winter's defense floated right over in the path of the screen. Good heads-up play by the Warriors.
You can kind of see the edge. Roncalli really not, it's fired up, coming off the ball is hard. They're kind of walking around a little bit dejected at this point, where Winter's coming out of the huddles fired up, throwing hands around. High snap over Corman's head, and this will definitely be some problems, and Corman goes down at the 5, and that's where Winter's going to take over, and another big break. The all-important snap on punts.
Well, we've seen a few bad ones today, haven't we?
I'll tell you, that's one of the most demoralizing plays in football.
Depends on what side you're on.
So the Warriors from Winter get another break. They already lead at 21-7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Don Godel gives it to Eckstein and puts his shoulders down again at the 5, maybe in the 4 before he stacked up.
He made about a yard.
Good tackle by Chris Davies, number 26. Kept him from scoring.
Here's Eckstein again, and Davies, number 26, just stays home and says, I'll take you on.
Ball's at the 4-yard line, second and goal to go.
Schrader. And he fights for a hard yard.
Schrader made some great effort there that time. Again, that's that little trap play.
Schrader's a tough runner.
A 2-yard pickup on the play, and it's now third down and goal from the 2.
Well, the thing they want to look at, too, is they want to get themselves in position if they don't get the touchdown that they could kick a field goal, because a field goal really makes it tough for Roncalli to come back, or any points here will. They're going to go left.
Trying to score from the air, they do.
Great play.
Brian Tobin.
Just lofted it up in the air, let him run under it.
Don Godel, he's had some great passes tonight. He's been sharp and on the money and just put it in there. Dropped it over the defender right at the end of the end zone, and it's another 6 points.
Godel had a nice touch on this pass.
It's a great touch. Here you see the defender chased him, but he just threw it over his head, and he couldn't catch him. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It counts in high school football.
So Godel in to kick the extra point, and he's perfect thus far. And he's got it again, 28-7. Winter's got a commanding lead.
This Ford Taurus looks like $1 million. You must be rich and famous.
Yeah, no, I'm John, and this is Nancy.
But the plush interior, air conditioning, tilt wheel, a veritable heyday of options.
All standard.
But Taurus is the design leader. Cost must be prohibitive.
No, they start under $12,000.
We prefer to impress our friends with style and practicality.
Oh, what a novel idea. And right now, you can save up to $400 on a Ford Taurus. See your local Ford dealer today.
That touchdown came with 3:07 remaining in the third quarter. 28-7 now. Winter leading Aberdeen Roncalli.
Kickoff touched, and Winter's got it
they
back.
Got it again.
Roncalli has just gone flat.
Kick. Yep. Winter came up and just lays the ball flat on the ground and kicks it. You couldn't get control of it, and they got the ball back.
Should never have tried to field it, should he, Joe?
Well, you have to. It's a free ball, so anybody can recover. You don't have to touch it. So, you know, you got to do anything you can to field, but that ball starts bouncing around kind of crazy. You don't know what's going to happen.
Watch for number 40, Ken Anderson, come right in there for Winter, and he's the man who recovered the fumble. And the Warriors have it again now in the 21-yard line of Roncalli. And the clock moving with 2:50 to go in the third quarter. They lead at 28-7. So the offense playing a lot. Here's Eckstein, and he's got a blocker in front of him. He's inside the 5.
Well, they got her rolling now.
Roncalli has just gone flat.
Well, they've had some bad breaks.
Yeah, they've had a lot of bad breaks.
Snap. They've had 2 fumbles, and I don't think they've run a play yet, have they? They've run very few plays, if any at all, this quarter.
So first down and goal again for the Winter Warriors on the 4-yard line. And Schrader gets a call, and he's again to the 2. And a man down on the field for Roncalli at the moment. And we'll see if we can get a number on him. Tough to tell at this point, really, what might be the problem. They're looking at maybe a shoulder.
I think it's a shoulder from what the way they clean up underneath the shirt there.
But we still do not know who the player is. I'm guessing it might be Jim O'Keefe, number 72. He plays that nose guard spot for Roncalli. But that is just a guess at this point, since we can't really identify him. Clock is stopped, 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Yeah, it was Jim O'Keefe.
Roncalli has just run 6 offensive plays this quarter for a minus 12 yards.
Oh.
And we have 2:24 remaining to be played in the third quarter. Winner has the ball. It's spotted on the 2-yard line of Aberdeen Roncalli. Second down, goal to go from the 2 for Winner, who leads 28-7 in this ball game.
See if we can find Jim O'Keefe again right there with Bob Schrader, and he got his neck twisted a little bit.
And then he got kicked. The ball carrier kicked him as he was going over.
So hopefully Jim O'Keefe is all right, nothing serious. But again, the excitement builds with the Winter fans. Their team is 2 yards away from adding another touchdown onto this already 28-7 lead. And Godel tries to go in by himself and collect out some points, but no go.
It's hard to see how he's down about the 1-yard line. Third down and 1. The clock's ticking.
1:50 to play, third quarter.
Jason Volk made the stop for Roncalli.
Well, they brought their play in with Dwight Covey, the 5'8", 135-pound left guard. I wouldn't think they'd run to that side. I think they'd come more to the right side again and try to get in here. Didn't get it.
Yeah,
they did get it. Great effort. Great effort by Schroeder.
You know, the guy that's got the toughest job right now is Don Godel. He's got to switch his shoe. He's a kicker, too, so you watch him out there hustling up to try to get his kicking shoe on. Watch the touchdown again.
Trap block. That's a great effort by Bob Schroeder to get in. He didn't have much running room there, but he got it in there, and now this game is really getting wild.
High snap, but it's brought down, and the kick is good.
This guy.
Everything's going right for Winner tonight.
When she goes right, she's right. He's bounced them over, had one hit tipped, and it's gone over. All the extra points have been good, but, boy, they've had a hard time getting through the bar unscathed, so to speak.
Well, there's another quarter of football left to go, and Roncalli, they're in a tough position to be in. And Terry Dosh talking with some of his team members at the moment, trying to get things worked out a little bit. But we'll kick it off again, and Winter likes to kick it with no tee, and it puts that funny little spin on it, and that brought the last touchdown, but this time Roncalli's no problem grabbing it, but Winter's all over him. 84 is John Alasser.
36, Tom Mathis is the one that made the tackle.
Okay.
A sophomore, 5'6", 135 pounds, but used good speed, got down, got good coverage on it. Made the play.
So Roncalli takes over on their own 23-yard line. Trailing 35-7. We're at the minute mark of the third quarter. Coming around the other way. No go for Corey Backus. And the Winter defense on top of it is Mike Stickland. Made the stop on Backus. Clock continued moving at the 32nd mark now of the third quarter. Second down and 13, a 3-yard loss for Backus on the play. Roncalli now from their own 19-yard line. Tony Bach trying to air it out. He goes up top. His intended receiver was Todd Embury, but overthrew him just a tad. So faced with 3rd down and 13. Roncalli spreads their wide receivers wide left and right. In motion is Dan Zier. Mock again to throw. He's got some time, and a man open, Steve Siegel, but not enough. Couldn't get
able to hold it. And
Yep.
Steve's their leading receiver all year long. So I think Roncalli, if I'm correct, probably finishes the quarter with a minus 9 or 10 yards.
12 yards.
Minus 12 for the quarter.
So 4th down and 13. Charles Kornman into punt. And Kornman had a rough time the last time he was there. Hopefully this turns out better for him. Snap is there. And Coleman gets the kick off. And Yannick just lets it go. It'll be down at the 25-yard line. That's where Roncalli will, or winner that is, will take over the beginning of the 4th quarter. And we're done with 3. Winner's got a 35-7 lead.
Well, Lewis, looks like there's one for you and one for me. Oh, I see we're switching today. Well, I know you're an accomplished musician. I just want to see how I'll do on this new Apple IIc computer. It has hundreds of add-on accessories, and it's easy to set up. Best of all, though, friends, it's free with a qualifying deposit at Metropolitan Federal Bank. I can't think of a more worthwhile gift. Stop by Metropolitan Federal today for all the details and get an Apple IIc computer free.
The way some people tell it, no hybrid has everything. So you have to settle for one that comes close. But that's not true now. New Garst 8708 yields with 3475 and 3737. And it stands and holds its ears. So before you settle for something that's not quite there, plant Garst 8708. Because you know as well as I do, close isn't good enough.
Back at the Dakota Dome, we're about ready to start the 4th quarter, and the extra point made by Don Goodell on the last extra point he made on their touchdown broke the 11A scoring record for a championship game. It was previously held by Brandon Valley, set 1984 with 34 points, but Godel's extra point makes it 35, so winners in the record books. The chain game repairs.
Get this win, they're going to be in the record books for more than that.
Yeah.
The way they're playing.
That's right.
They've come on about midway in the 2nd quarter, and they've put together a good quarter and a, really a good solid quarter and a half, and they have, of course, gone ahead and started dominating the ballgame.
They led it. Winner led it 14-7 at the half, and had a great 3rd quarter. And they're starting now from their own 25-yard line. And some new guys are getting some playing time. Brian Daughters, coming out of the halfback slot there, gets the call. And he got out to the 27-yard line, 28-yard line.
Brian Daughters is one of their, is their punt return and plays in their secondary form on defense, but he's getting a little action on offense. He's just a junior.
3-yard pickup for Daughters on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Winner on the 28. And coming around the other way, Schroeder, and he's to the 30-yard line. It's still going to be about 5 yards short of a 1st down. Third down now for Winner. They're on their own 31-yard line. 4 yards to go in motion is Yannick. And coming around the other way is Daughters again, and he's brought down behind the original line of scrimmage back to the 28-yard line. So the Roncalli defense.
They've been running that play a lot on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and they've had good success with it. But that time they got too much. The Roncalli defense got too much penetration, forced it outside, and there was nothing there for him to run. No room at the end, as they used to say.
Nada. So 4th down and 7. Godel for a punt. Low snap is handled all right, and a good kick. Back to the 26-yard line. And Kelly Fagerling brings it out to the 42-41, where Aberdeen will take over on their next possession.
Here's what a few of your neighbors are saying about heating and saving with your rural electric cooperative.
We're realizing about a 30% savings when we're careful with the thermostat.
Anybody that's building a home that wants to put in a cheap heating system that's very efficient, they sure need to look into dual fuel with electricity.
Power from your rural electric cooperative. Still the best energy deal in the country.
Hello, I'm Charles Carroll. The world news, the national, regional, local news are equally important. And every day, the big news in Kelloland keeps you informed about everything that's going on in this world.
And I'm Steve Hemmingson. Join Doug Lund, Dave Dedrick, Gary Weckworth, and me every night for the most important world, national, regional, and local news.
Right here on Kelloland TV, where your friends are.
The South Dakota High School Football Championships are brought to you in cooperation with the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
Warriors are smelling a state championship. But obviously Roncalli has other plans, but there's not a lot of time left to come back from a 35 deficit. Bach outside, he's got some room, and he's to midfield, but he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. Brian Daughters made the stop for the Warriors.
Well, the winner has done a great job controlling Mark Costello so far this ballgame. He still hasn't had any room to really show what he can do and how he can run, but that's all due to the winner fine defensive team. They've had great pursuit.
Here's Tony Bach again, and a keeper. He's got the first down and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. This is probably the toughest part of a ballgame for a team to be down like they are, keep their mental edge and play as hard as they can for the seniors, especially.
Well, sometimes it's hard when you're up, too. You know, you're ahead by 4 touchdowns, and you feel like this one's in the bag, so to speak, and so you don't really play as hard as you probably did, 15, 20 minutes ago during the ballgame. But again, nothing is over for sure.
That's right.
Anything can happen.
Pitch back to Costello, trying to get some room outside, and the pursuit by Trent Eckstein is again very good, and even though Costello came up with a 5-6 yard gain, he didn't get any more than that.
Well, the big thing Roncalli is able to do here, they're making yards and they're running out of bounds and they're stopping the clock. They've only used up 21 seconds running 3 running plays. So they got to keep doing this if they can, but they are getting some yards.
An 8-yard gain for Costello on first down. 2nd down and 2 now. They're on the winner 38-yard line. Here's Bach again in the pitch to Costello. And he's getting outside now, and he's got a first down. Brought down by Brian Daughters.
It looks like Roncalli's tired of testing the middle of the line.
Yeah.
They've been going wide here and having good success running option plays right and left. Again, that's a good sign of Mark Costello's speed. He had number 41 had a chance to get him, Bob Shorter, but he just couldn't quite get there.
First down play from the winner 34-yard line. A pitch again to Costello. Turns the corner, but Mike Yannick was right there. but another 3-4 yard pickup. Four-yard gain for Costello, second down and 6. And Mark gets a call again, working hard this quarter, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line, and he's going to be 5-6 yards short of a first down.
Well, Bob Shorter made the tackle. He didn't let him outrun him that time. Came up from inside out, good pursuit on it, and put the stick on it.
Clock down now to the 9-minute mark in the ball game. The Winter Warriors on top 35-7, looking to take home their second championship. They won it back in 1981, and flip outside to Costello. He got down to the 25-yard line before he's pushed back, but it's going to be short of the first down. And Costello driven into the stands. Don Godel there. And he's going to be about a yard short, obviously.
Yard short, and they'll have to go for it here. See what they can do with it. But the clock is still running. And every tick off the clock, that just keeps hurting Roncalli more and more.
Well, the Winter fans are obviously going for the team to get it, and Costello's got the first down and a lot more, and he's down to the 16, 17-yard line. A dejected Mark Costello, but yet he's working hard.
Well, this looks like probably the offense that all the Aberdeen Roncalli fans expected to see. This one they've had in this last drive, but fumbles and bad snaps from centers and some mistakes have certainly hindered their performance throughout the evening. And of course, also a fine Winter defense has certainly added to their problems.
Looks like Roncalli's got their version of the fridge in. Some new players are coming into the ball game down to the 10-yard line. Goes Steve Russell, a 135-pound junior, but in the backfield set up that time to lead some blocking was number 65, Doug Coughlin. Set him up in the backfield. Doug, 235. Obviously helps get some momentum for those little guys. The deepest penetration for Roncalli since they scored the opening touchdown, as Russell again down to the 10.
Steve Russell doesn't want to stand up too long. Those Winter guys will take his head off. Russell just a little running back, 135 pounds, a junior.
He hits the hole hard. The ball is now marked at the 9-yard line. Third down and 2 for the Cavaliers. Pitch back to Russell again. He's got the first down at the 5. So Steve Russell coming in and going wide again. And it'll be goal to go from the 5 and first down for Roncalli. So Russell goes out of the ball game, and they bring back Costello. First down. Costello's in. So a 5-yard touchdown run for Mark Costello brings the Aberdeen section again on its feet.
5:57 left to go in the game.
Cutting the Winter lead to 35-13. As Mark Costello comes in and scores from 5 yards out, they'll try the 2-point conversion this time around. And Costello again is in, and he just knocked over Mike Yannick for the 2-point conversion, and it's now 35-15.
Well, Costello had a chance to show some things to be the kind of back that we know he is, but they got their second touchdown. It's 35-15, but there's not much time left.
Impressive drive by Roncalli, but a little too late.
Well, you take away a fumble here and a fumble there, and a bad snap on a punt situation, and it'll be a little closer ball game.
Jim, anytime you get two teams that are equal, which I believe both of these two teams were when they came in here, both very comparable, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win the football game. I think this is truly evident tonight. The one thing that I think Winter did do to help itself is they got some mileage out of their passing attack. It opened the game up midway through the second quarter, and it made their running game a little bit better. And they were able then, after they established some things, they were able to take advantage of some of the mistakes that Roncalli made. And they made a bunch of them there in the third quarter, which put the game totally out of reach for them.
Roncalli tried the onside kick.
Pretty good attempt at it, but didn't take just the right hop for him.
And Winter recovered it. They'll take over on their own 49-yard line. And obviously their main objective now is just to run the clock out, keep the ball as long as they can. They've got a kill as we watch the onside kick again, but great hands.
That's a perfect onside kick. When you know, on the third bounce, if you kicked right on the third bounce, that ball will fly way high in the air, which you saw happen there.
Right.
The thing is, Roncalli's got to get down and block those guys and just let one of their other guys come in and be the catcher on the thing. It was really a good kick.
Bob Schroeder got the call, and he's across midfield, a pickup of 2 on the play. And Winter's main objective, run the clock out. They lead at 35-15. Second down and 8. Yannick in motion, and coming the other way is Eckstein, and breaks away from a tackle and picks up 5-6 yards.
Well, 3rd down and 2 here.
Again, tomorrow our coverage begins at 5 o'clock with the 11B championship game. Flandre against Beresford, followed by the 11AA game. Sioux Falls, Washington, and Rapid City, Stevens. Here's Eckstein again. He's got the first down. And the drive stays alive. He's down to the 38-yard line of Roncalli. Eckstein was Winter's big gun in the regular season. He rushed for 928 yards, and Bob Schroeder came up with 875 on the year.
Eckstein's only a junior. He'll be back next year again.
Averaged a little over 7 yards a carry. On first down, Yannick. 7 yards on the play to the 30.
Well, Winter's doing what they want to do. They just kind of running the ball, getting some first downs, letting that clock tick down. We're down to 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the ball game. I'm sure they'd like to take it in for another score if they could get it.
There's Yannick coming right at you. He picked up 8 yards on that play, so it's now 2nd down and 2. And Schroeder gets the call, and he's going to be close to the first down. We have to wait for the mark again, as Terry Weber made the stop for the Cavaliers.
I believe he got it, Gary.
And he did. So Winter playing an almost flawless second half. Keeps the clock moving down to 3.5. Matt Tobin down to the 26-yard line, and officials timeout. An injury on the field, and it's Jim O'Keefe again.
Jim O'Keefe has hurt his leg again now this time. He's all right.
Harvey Nas says get the clock rolling.
Or he wants to get a whistle and start officiating now. He wants to get this thing over with and go home and celebrate. Done a great job out at Winter over the years.
This will be his second title since the high school playoffs have been put together. And here's Mike Yannick.
Tried to cut back, but the important thing again, the clock just keeps running down. 2:30 left in the ballgame.
Both teams have all three timeouts remaining. I'm surprised, Joe, that Aberdeen Roncalli hasn't taken a timeout here.
Down to the 2-minute mark. And getting a call is Brian Daughters again.
Brian Daughters is a good-looking running back. He's just a junior. Probably hasn't played a whole lot because Schoner's been ahead of him. Excuse me, Eckstein has been ahead of him. Schroeder and Yannick off the field to the cheers of the Winter fans.
So we see some new faces as the clock's down to 1:40 to go in this ball game.
The trap.
And up the middle, number 40. He's
touchdown.
in. Ken Anderson.
5'7", 150-pound senior.
Ken Anderson goes 14 yards and a touchdown.
He showed a little quickness going through there.
And who would have really thought this? 41 points.
Good block, good trap block by Bonet, if that's how you pronounce it. And a good run into the end zone.
Donnie Godel in to kick another extra point. He hasn't missed all night. And he's got another one. 42-15. Winter leads at over Roncalli. 1:33 to go in the ball game. And there's a happy Don Godel. Some celebrating on the Winter sideline. As you see, Ron Bartles was there, number 60, just a minute ago. Some of the Winter assistant coaches.
Well, they've got a lot to be proud of. They really came in, and they were, I think, by many people favored, or not favored, but considered the underdog in this ball game. But they've come in and done a great job for the evening. They've had a tremendous night offensively and defensively. They put it all together when they had to and came out with a big victory.
Again, a short kick taken at the 32-yard line by Fumble.
Winner's got it.
That says it all. That's the story tonight.
Story of the game.
Brian Daughters. Corey Backus took the kickoff, and fumble was called on caused on the tackle by Jason Kaler. And there was number 44, Brian Daughters. So the Warriors get a chance to run the clock down to the end, as more players will come in to see some playing time in the championship game. In at quarterback now for Winter's number 23, Scott Schramm. And Roncalli's decided to take a timeout with 1:12 to go. They lead at Winter does 42-15.
They're short a guy on the field. That's the problem.
While the coaches talk with their teams, we will take a timeout. We'll come back and have the final minute 12 for you in a minute.
Cacciatore, alla King, Tetrazzini, Amandine, Kiev. Classic meals. The lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today. All made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Terry Dosh giving final instructions again to keep his squad fired up, let them know what's going on. Obviously some new guys in to play here as the final minute 12 will be played. And as we told you before we left, Scott Schramm.
Short a guy out there. They've only got 10 defenders on the field.
That's right. Scott Schramm in at quarterback. The handoff to number 40, Kenny Anderson, who scored a TD. And he's to the 45-yard line, a yard or two on the play.
Now they got 12.
Well, they're going to try to even it up. It's 13.
Let's set it down quickly to Mike Shermer. Mike?
Yeah, Jim, I can't let the night slip away without saying something about Jim O'Keefe. He's really laid it on the line tonight. He's been hurt twice. He's been an inspiration both defensively and on the sideline as well. Super effort by that kid.
That it was. And a second down run for the Winter Warriors. Gets them down to the 43-yard line, 44. And now third down, 25 seconds and counting, and this will be the final play of the ball game.
They were short a player on that series, too.
They will start 10-man football next year. Oops. We have there we go. Everybody was set.
Final play.
That's it.
Oh, Harvey Nas got dumped.
42-15. Final score as Winter captures the 11A championship, 42-15, giving Harvey Nas his second title. He won the first one in 1981 in the first playoffs in South Dakota.
You can't even tell if Harvey, well, there you can tell Harvey got dumped on, but you can't even see it. Check this out. Harvey's coming over to the other side along with the team here to congratulate the fans, too. Look at that. That's something. That's great. That's great.
I think it's more fun when they let all the high school kids run out on the field and just let it all hang loose. They only get here once a year, for God's sakes. Let them enjoy it. Why pin them back up here in sideline with a rope to their head?
Yeah, they'll be calling you to Joe. That's Joe Salem, everyone who said that. Joe Salem, S-A-L-E-M. Call Joe.
Let them have a good time. Call me if you got a problem.
Friday the 13th has been very good for Harvey Nas. He won it in 81 on the same date. And talked about superstitions in the pregame show tonight. Harvey loves this day.
Harvey said it doesn't make you nervous what day it is. If you block and tackle and run the ball like his team did, you're going to win anyway. It doesn't care what Friday or what day it is.
One of the Winter players just lost his jersey. I don't know whether he gave it to his girlfriend or who over at the side.
Well, probably cost the school about $15, no problem. He'll look good in the team picture, though. He'll know who he is.
Aberdeen Roncalli getting the runner-up medals and trophies going to the players. Mark Costello, you see him there.
Well, again, Roncalli had a heck of a team and a heck of a year this year, and it's too bad they lost, but somebody's always got to go out of this game a loser. But they can still hold their heads high. They had a bad night tonight, but we know they're a much better team than what they showed tonight. But oh, no.
Terry Dosh getting the trophy.
You stay 11-1 every year, you can coach forever.
The greatest feeling these young kids will feel in their lives at this time. There's no way to explain it. Harvey say everybody go in. There it is, state champions. Mike Shermer's got Harvey Nas down on the field now. Mike?
Well, Harvey, you got the title that you couldn't quite come away with last year.
Right. Our kids, the third quarter was an unbelievable thing. Everything we did was right. Roncalli was snake bit. It was just a great, great night. I never would have dreamt we could score 42 points against this defense. Hey, this is great. This is just as good as the first one.
I was going to ask you, but you already answered it. You've been around the block a couple times. It's obviously still fun.
Right, yes. I tell you, it's more fun this year than it was last year. Although we played well last year, but this year was a little more fun.
I talked to you briefly before the game, and I don't think you were real sure you could win this game.
No, right. We were definitely afraid of their offensive line. We knew they were a big, powerful team, and I was just really hoping we wouldn't get blown out. But, you know, I knew that would happen because our kids will fight too hard.
You did a great job of containing Costello until that last drive.
Right. That was one of our things. We knew if we'd stop him, that'd be a big, giant step toward winning the football game. And our athletes did the job.
Nobody in the dome, you or me or anybody watching, would ever believe that Roncalli would self-destruct like that.
Right. You know, sometimes, you know, when that happens, one mistake happens and you think about it and it just snowballs.
Maybe you might not want to play him tomorrow.
Right. That's exactly right. Hey, we're done now for the wrestling and basketball and track and good times.
Congratulations, Harv.
Thank you.
It was a good thing Mike didn't get run over there.
Well, it's a good thing I let him go out on the field, right?
Yeah.
You can't hold a little yellow rope up there and hold those guys back forever. But that's where they belong. They've been the student body. They supported this team all year. Let them go out and enjoy it, too. It's all their friends, and everybody's together, and that's what it's all about.
I don't know, Mike can still hear us. The look in your eyes, Mike, when the kids started coming, obviously was not one of, oh, great.
It was shades of O'Gorman last year when Keeter and I almost got killed down here. Harvey backed off about 8 yards himself, so, but no problems.
Harvey outweighs Keeter by about 50 pounds, too.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'd help me any. He was looking out for himself.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap up things here after the first day of the State High School Football Championships, where winner has won the 11A title 42-15. Don't go away.
Riley here will now explain our new long-distance discount plan.
Thank you, sir. Nearly
a lot of long-distance companies offer volume discounts.
p.m. and 8 a.m.
But why bother with all that when all you have to do is dial 1 plus the number? If it's within South Dakota, you could save up to 20% on long distance automatically.
First billing period. Of course, qualifying calls may at times be subject to further restrictions.
All-time volume discounts from Northwestern Bell. No phones, no fees, no fooling.
Therefore, by adding the
We are back live at the Dakota Dome, about to wrap up things on the first day of the 7th Annual High School Football Championships, where winner adds to the list of winners this afternoon, with the 2 this afternoon.
Well, Gary, for winner, Schrader had 14 carries for 64 yards. Eckstein, 15 carries, 62 yards. Pretty well balanced offensive play there. For Aberdeen Roncalli, Costello, as would be expected, was the leader. He had 16 carries for 60 yards. They contained him pretty well, and that was, of course, a big key to the winter defense.
That's got to be his lowest yard output of the year, I would guess.
Lowest production, Joe, yes. Quarterback Godell for winter completed 5 of 8 passes for 101 yards, and that was very significant in their offensive show. Completing 5 of 8 for 101 yards and 1 for a touchdown, and some very key plays there. So elsewhere this afternoon, the 3 winners of the championship games played today all came through with unblemished records. In the 9B title game this afternoon, Ramona Rutland over Cologne 35-8 to complete their season mark at 12-0. The most valuable player was Jamie Wolf of Ramona Rutland. He had 17 carries for 94 yards. The 9A title went to Trip Delmont, running their unblemished streak to 12-0 over Burke, 22-0. The Joe Robbie Most Valuable Player Award to Jim Lippert of Trip Delmont. He had 28 carries, a new record for 9A, and that covered 146 yards. And for the 11A championship now, winner over Aberdeen Roncalli, 42-15. Winners stand in the voting for the Most Valuable Player Award. There's been a tie, and they're trying to break that tie. So that wraps up the two sessions of the 1987, the 7th Annual South Dakota State High School Football Championships here at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. Tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, the Class 11B Championship up for grabs, matching Flandreau, another unbeaten team, 11-0 against the Beresford Watchdogs, 9-2. And then the Class 11AA battle will pit together Sioux Falls Washington High, coming in with a 6-5 record, to meet Rapid City Stevens Raiders, 8-3. And that will be a rematch. Washington carries a 20-14 victory over Stevens, an overtime game at Woodfield in Sioux Falls just a few weeks ago. So that concludes the first day of activity here of the 7th Annual South Dakota State High School Football Championships. This is Jim Burt for Gary Weckworth, Mark Overton, Joe Salem, and Mike Shermer, and our entire telecast crew, who have done a superb job through the three games today. We will say good night from the Dakota Dome at the University of South Dakota in Vermilion.
The 1987 South Dakota High School Football Championships were brought to you by the National Pork Producers, Northwestern Bell, Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Dakota, your local rural electric cooperative, Sioux Valley Hospital, your local Pizza Hut restaurants, Howard Johnson Hotel and Convention Center, Garst Seed and your Garst Seed salesman, your local Pepsi Cola bottlers, and Metropolitan Federal Bank. This has been a presentation of Kettleland Sports.
I'm Steve Hemmingson.
And I'm Jane Andrews.
Tonight, Williams Brothers ordered to check out its pipes.
And an end run for Nicaraguan peace in Washington.
Mark Millage has tonight's sports, including the deer hunting prospects. Ken Hirsch has your weather. All next.
Help light the candle of understanding about epilepsy. Know what epilepsy is and is not. This is your Kettleland station.